as soon as I saw that he was going to do this, I was like, I can't wait to see what he says to Roland. This ought to be good. And he doesn't disappoint. Here we go, Michael Steele.
How do you know, granted, popular president, got 95% of the black vote. You got any shot at getting black voters? And if so, what are the two issues that speaks to black voters the Republicans have a shot at?
Education and the economy. Education and jobs. Education and small business.
But your candidates got to talk to them. And one of the criticisms I've always had is Republicans, especially white Republicans, have been scared of black folks.
And what? No, you're absolutely right. I mean, I've been in the room and they've been scared of me. I mean, I'm like, I'm on your side, you know. So I can imagine going out there talking to someone like you know, who, you know, it's okay, I'll listen. And they're like, well, you know.
Oh, well, what are you doing, Michael? What are you doing? I don't think that the rest of the Republicans are going to be that happy that you just told the rest of the country that when a black guy walks in the room, even if he's the head of the Republican National Committee, that they're a little scared of you. That's only a disastrous admission. And then my second favorite part was when he says to Roland, now they're scared of me already. Imagine you walking in the room. I mean, you're black and liberal. I mean, they'd be scared out of their minds. What do you, does he understand what he's doing, or does he have no idea? I mean, he claims to be a chess master, and he's moving the pieces around and stuff. And he's doing strategery, as Bush would say. Jared, what do you think? Does this clown have any earthly idea what he's doing?
No. Just as he said, all that matters is that someone agrees with him or somebody's on his side. Like he said, I walk in the room, and they go, ooh, ooh. So he said, until I tell him, wait, I'm on your side. I'm on your side. I'm not here to take back and get my reparations. I'm not coming here to make you my slaves.
You know, that's a great point, Jared, because I hadn't really thought of it that way. Like, why is he a Republican in the first place? Like, does he have any core principles? I can't really tell. I mean, he goes to the one side, he goes to the other side, depending on who he's talking to. And I don't get a sense of a guy who's like, oh, man, I will not move from this position, right? It's possible that he just ran into a Republican one day and wanted to please him. Just kept on going and going and going until he was, you know, halfway into politics. But, you know, that's how a lot of politicians are. They want to please people. They want to get affection and votes, etc. And like a lot of actors, they're very deeply insecure, right? And they just kept going until he was a Republican. Look, I know as Bush would say, that's a speculation, right? But that's the sense I get from him. You know, the other things he said in the past is he told that one way to attract more blacks to his party was to offer fried chicken and potato salad. And then he said the Republican Party's open to everyone, including one-armed midgets.
So actually, this is the question. Is he saying this as just a made-up anecdote so he can agree with Roland Martin because Roland Martin said that, or because he's really experienced that?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I was going with it, JR. That's my principal question. Like, in this particular case, you know what? To answer that question, I'm going to go no, that it doesn't actually happen, that he just said it to please Roland Martin. Like, because if it really does happen, he's got to be enormously uncomfortable with that, right? I mean, JR shaking his head, no?
No.
And you think that's just his personality? He goes in and he's like, yes, sir.
Well, he can go in there and be like, well, they're going to first think that about me because I'm a black guy. And then once they find out I'm not that stereotypical black guy that they're all assuming I am, then they're okay with me. You know, they're humans. They can accept black people. They're not against black people. They just have this thought of black people, and I don't fit that mold, so I'm cool with them. Now, if you roll and go in there, you're what they think black folks are, so they're not going to like you.
I mean, and 95% of black Americans agree with Roland Martin and don't agree with Michael Steele. So the Republicans are basically saying, well, if you're among that 5% who agree with us and who say we're right, well, then okay, then we like you.
Yeah, but the first thought is, oh, black folks, you're against us.
Yes.
And we're against you. I don't know if that's what they're saying.
See, I would believe that. JR, I would believe that a lot more than I would believe that they're simply afraid. You see what I'm saying? I mean, I don't think that, and maybe I'm getting it wrong, but I don't think that Michael Steele walks into a room with his suit and a couple of Republicans are like, wallet, check. Okay. You know, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what fear means.
But maybe afraid of the intentions of. Like, we hear it. What Glenn Beck is always saying. This guy's in the White House now. You know what he's trying to do? He's trying to right the wrongs of the past. He's trying to change things back. Rush Limbaugh. See, this is what happens in Obama's America. Now black kids can beat up white kids on a school bus because it's never happened before. And over and over again, all this is constantly saying, well, guess what? When black people get in power, they're going to get in power, and they're going to change your life.
You know, that's a great point. Because, and it changed the way I look at it. Because in the beginning, I thought he meant like physically afraid, right? That's too much. I just don't think that's the case, right? But I see what you're saying, JR. They're afraid, as we've talked about before. Look, we took all of their stuff, so if they get in a position of power like we had, well, aren't they going to take all our stuff? Well, no, they're not. I mean, that was a long time ago, and that's how you rolled back then. And I don't put that on white folks, by the way. That's just history, right? Back then, people took slaves as, you know, in many cultures, including in Africa and including in the Middle East, and including before that in all the wars. You fight the wars, and you come in and you rape and you pillage once you win the town, and then you take the men as slaves. I mean, that happened throughout history, right? So, but we're past that. You know, I hope we're way, way, way past that. So it's not like somebody gains power and they think, okay, well, my turn for pillaging and taking all your shit, right? So I guess that's what they're afraid of. So like when Michael Steele comes in, they're like, okay, is he going to want our stuff? And by stuff in this case, I mean job, right? Money, wife. No, I'm just I'm only partly kidding, but anyway. So I guess that's what they're afraid of. And you know, so the answer is probably somewhere in between. Probably he does sense that to some degree, and plus, since he's talking to Roland Martin, he's saying, oh yeah, of course.